Hello, my name is Henry Bueller, and welcome to my Let's Play of Dysphoria. Dysphoria is a game developed by Anna Anthropy, aka Auntie Pixelante, and this game is an autobiographical game about developers' experience with hormone replacement therapy, as well as gender dysphoria, and her overall experience as a trans woman. So the game is split up into 4 chapters. The first one, gender bullshit. So as you can see here, the game features really simple 8-bit style visuals, as well as you're going to see soon, a series of really simple, sporadic mini-games. And all of these games rely on the player's intuition and just general context to understand how to progress. So the game uses simple keyboard controls, just the arrow keys, and each of these mini games reflects the creator's experiences and their struggles, and uses really simple visuals that I think are really stylized, that really help compact the experience, as well as a very little amount of text. So as you can see here in this mini game, the developer is getting misgendered by strangers on the street. And this is another one where the previous one was the author, or the creator, doing something as simple as shaving. So they're experiencing dysphoria, and this is the creator's decision to go on hormone replacement therapy. So that's the end of level 1. Level 2, medical bullshit. A lot of the bits and pieces of the writing in this game kind of crude, but I would argue that it just makes it more honest, more real. So right now we're going to find a clinic, and I find this interesting. I'm a cis person, so I could never understand this experience completely, but I like to believe that what this game achieves is senses of empathy and sympathy. I am getting at least a glimpse into these experiences of a trans woman, of a trans person, and jumping through society's hoops, trying to fit into this ideology of gender, and these expectations and these rules that you follow based on your gender. So right now we're in a waiting room at a clinic, and luckily the creator had the support of their girlfriend. So the people in this game that we're seeing, aside from the creator, strangers, medical professionals, family, and of course the creator's girlfriend. And it's interesting to see where support should come from. Now, as a cis person, I would feel as though, in most cases, at least not because of my gender identity, I would be able to trust and be able to confide in medical professionals. But as you saw when they got their psych test, they were invalidated. So now we're taking estrogen pills, and their blood pressure is very high. I would assume from frustration and anger and fear and all sorts of negative emotions they're bottling up and experiencing because they're going through this process. So the next level is hormonal bullshit. And they've gotten a prescription for estrogen. So I'll use my insurance. It goes from 100 to 99. Whoopee. And their body is starting to change. And once again, just navigating through very simple keyboard controls. Another thing that's interesting to note, this game is a Flash game, available in your browser, so anyone can play it. And I feel that very strongly that with groups like these, I forget the word, but unprivileged groups, I guess to say the least, if you have an experience you want to convey, I feel like games are the perfect medium because they're interactive, and you could make something really simple yet visually effective, like this game. It's simple, it's 8-bit. I am getting all these messages. I at least feel that I'm getting all these messages very effectively. So if you're a part of a group that isn't very represented by society, I feel as though you could make something like this and you could really communicate with people. So the final level, level 4, it gets better. At this point, the creator should be pretty much done with their therapy. So now we're getting a call from Mom, I believe. Oh, it's your sister. I read on the internet that you're taking hormones. Why? So their body's changing yet again. So another little bit that their experience is very... It's their own individual experience, so I feel like I'm learning a bit about the process through little things like that. And so support from Mom. She bought her clothes. And hooray for TERFs. Another interesting thing to note, again about the people that she should be getting support from. Trans exclusionary radical feminists, if they were good feminists, they would be supportive and accepting of her identity, and they wouldn't invalidate her. But of course they're saying shit like that. And now her image of herself, she's accepting herself, she's changing herself, she's seeing herself as a woman, and that's good. Her body's changing again, and she's getting more support from her girlfriend. And this is a bit I really like. You're just one person in a crowd. The visuals are really simple, just 3 eyeballs that represent, the gaze of strangers. And you're just one person in a crowd. You don't really know who I am on screen yet until I move. But you can see me, bottom left now in the middle, and she's visible. Just simple things like that, I think. The execution of this game, really effective. It's your mother. When are you going to get your blood pressure taken care of? I like to think she has, and very powerful moment in this game. Her confidence has risen, so when she gets misgendered, she can tell someone off. And then, lastly, before the end, it's a small thing, but I feel like I've taken the first steps towards something tremendous. So a positive message for a really serious and realistic game like this, I think is great. The end. Or just the beginning. So yeah, I really enjoyed this game. Dysphoria is a game you can play in your browser. I found a free version, but you can also pay $5, which I would encourage to support the developers and more inclusive games like this. Yeah, really interesting game about gender identity, gender dysmorphia, or dysphoria, I'm sorry, hormone replacement therapy, just the overall experience of what it's like to be trans, and to struggle with acceptance from both yourself and others. I felt like it did a very effective job of giving me a glimpse, at least, in what these experiences are like. Of course, I'll never completely understand, but I like to think that it's done a great job of giving me a sense of empathy and sympathy for what it's like to do all of this. And I highly encourage anyone who's not very well represented in media, who wants to see themselves in media, try to take on a project like this. So yeah, please play Dysphoria. Fantastic game. Thank you very much.